As if anyone would have the nerve to listen to anybody else. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Let me give you the two lineups in full. First of all, Manchester City. The goalkeeper is Caballero. The defence, I'm assuming, is from right to left. Fernandinho, Stones, Otamendi and Clichy. Then it's De Bruyne and Yaya Toure. Then Sané, Silva and Sterling. And finally, Aguero, who scored in all 4 games here against Liverpool. Liverpool's team, in goal, Mignolet. The back 4, Klein, Matip, Klavan and Milner. Then it's Wijnaldum, Shan and Lallana. And finally Mane, Firmino and Coutinho. And there's no doubt, Robbie, if the front 4 for both sides is probably critical, probably will score goals. The number of goals will depend on how well these defences cope.
Yeah, and I think you're right, Alan, with a City formation. Just looking at the line-up now, Fernandinho's gone to that right back position. And I'm sure Yaya Toure, will play in the centre of the park with probably De Bruyne alongside him. So, but you're right, the attacking options for both sides. Mane, and Lallana, will they swap at times to go against Fernandinho, who's not the greatest right back in the world? I think he's been one of City's best players, actually, Alan Fernandinho, when he plays another part. So, looking forward to it.
The great thing about this is that we don't know what's going to happen. We really haven't a clue. We've been pontificating, but we don't know. And that's what's special about this game. Not just Manchester City and Liverpool. That's what's special about the Premier League. And what Guardiola is trying to get his head around in the first season, that he can play a so-called minnow and suddenly they can find form. This is an experience that he didn't have in Spain or in Germany, and it's an experience that can happen week after week after week here in England. So it's Liverpool all in red and Manchester City all in sky blue apart from their white socks. Liverpool will kick off, defending the end to our right. Lots of blue and white flags being waved by the Manchester City fans. The Liverpool support grouped in that far right-hand corner. The referee is Michael Oliver, who's had a few controversial moments of late, let's say. He blows his whistle. We're underway in the 3rd Premier League game of the day. Earlier it finished Borough 1, Middlesbrough 1 that is, and Manchester United 3, and Tottenham held on to beat Southampton by 2-1. So both Spurs and Manchester United move up, putting further pressure on these two sides. Here's Sterling, the former Liverpool player. Sterling just checks away from Coutinho, approaching the penalty area. Finds Silva. Silva's there. Silva plays it to the right. Fernandinho, low cross, cleared by Klavan, and it's running out of play for the throw into City.
What a positive start. Almost looks like a 4-2-4. De Bruyne and Yaya Toure, just the two sitting players. And the other 4, as you said, Alan, were just getting forward at every opportunity.
Here's Yaya Toure after the throw and playing it back to Otamendi, who sweeps it to Clichy on the far side of the field. Clichy forward to Aguero. And now it's Sané on the far side, a player who's shown dramatic improvement as the games have gone on this season. Now an integral part of this City team. Here's another one, Silva to Sterling. Sterling's a little careless, caught offside when all he had to do was look along the line, and it's a free kick to Liverpool. It is a horrid afternoon. Wet, and even look at Guardiola, he's forsaken fashion. He's got a woolly hat on.
Great conditions though for playing football, Alan. The ball will zip about the surface. There'll be mistakes. Yeah, but great day for football.
Ball played upfield, and Mane had obviously come back from an offside position. Flag rightly raised by the assistant on the far side of the field, and it's a free kick to Manchester City, just short of the halfway line, left of the centre circle. Yaya Toure, will he be here next season? My goodness, Klopp's got glasses on, as he always has, but he needs windscreen wipers. See where the rain is on his glasses. I think if I had ever been lucky enough to be a coach, this is the day that I might be sitting in the stand watching on.
He's got a good record though, hasn't he, Alan, against Pep Guardiola? He's won 5 of his 9 meetings against him, so if he comes away from here with a point today, I think he'll be relatively happy.
Yes, I agree. Liverpool would be happy with a point. Happier still with all 3 points, would take them above Manchester City and further away from Manchester United. Here's Stones. Stones will be the fulcrum of any new City defence that will emerge next season. Not a great clearance from Stones, not helped Yaya Toure either. Here's Lallana just outside the City penalty, into the penalty. Lallana, he just threw himself forward. That was never going to fool any referee. That was no penalty offence.
It was positive from Lallana, who was driving into the box. It was Yaya Toure getting back. You know, there's question, did he win the ball first, Yaya Toure? Did his left leg catch Lallana?
Here's Matip, decline in the far side of the field, on towards Mane, and Mane's speed got him to there before the defender. Now there's a foul, and it's a free kick to Liverpool just to the right of the Manchester City penalty area.
The full-backs of Man City do give the likes of Mane and Lallana to drive into that space they vacate, because they're so attacking. Clichy was up the park there. That allowed Mane to run into the space he wasn't in, and Otamendi come across and fouled Mane. Mane beat him easily there. Great position for Liverpool now to whip a free kick in,
which Coutinho will deliver. Couple of yards to the right of the City penalty area. City have got everybody back in that penalty area defending. Coutinho waits and waits, and now he'll deliver. Right-footed, whipping it in towards the far post. That was overhit by the Brazilian. A couple of bounces at his out of play for a throw, and very disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing free kick there from Coutinho on the right-hand side. Everybody went to the centre of the goal near. He was looking for Klavan. He didn't pull out. Overhit. Poor free kick.
Throw into City, which Fernandinho, operating at right back, will take today. Looks suspiciously like a foul throw, but he got away with it. Wasn't a great throw in any sense, and Liverpool pick up possession. Though Firmino couldn't keep it, though he wins it back now, and he plays it to Shan. Shan flicks it in the direction of Mane, but it's overhit and it's through to Caballero.
Mane's looking to make that run all the time, so he starts on the right and he looks to get in between the centre halves. Chan got time on the ball, he put his head up, but as you said rightly, Alan, the ball was overhit. It was a good opportunity that, if the ball was better.
And the thing about Mane being on the right, that allows Coutinho to be on the left, and when he gets the ball, he'll be cutting in on his right foot and looking to shoot from any distance. Here's Fernandinho from Manchester City though, who start this game a point ahead of Liverpool with a game in hand. Here's Sterling. Sterling retreats back into the City half, plays it back to John Stones, who flicks it to Otamendi. Otamendi wearing gloves today. It's not cold, it's wet, but it's not cold. On to Aguero, collected now by De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Sané. Sané into the penalty. Low cross in, pounded away by Mignolet, but the flag was up for offside, I think against Sterling, presumably, or maybe it was Sané on the far side in the first place.
Yeah, he just went a bit too early with his run, Sané. I think it's a good decision from the linesman on the near side. Didn't need to go that early. He had the beating of Klein. Good play from De Bruyne though, but Sané was just offside. Good call for the linesman.
Milner was caught there, though to be fair, I think Fernandinho was a little bit unlucky. He saw the challenge needed to be made, and Milner is an honest player, didn't go down, except that he was fouled. So it's a free kick to Liverpool, taken by Milner to Klavan, and back to Mignolet. Mignolet out to Klavan again. Will those two players be under Klopp next season? It's hit long, looking for Firmino. Firmino heads it back. Coutinho didn't get there before Yaya Toure, who evades two Liverpool players, plays it back to Otamendi, and now it's Clichy on the far side of the field. By the way, we hear that Zabaleta was injured, and that's why he's not involved today. Now it's back to Caballero, the Manchester City goalkeeper. You're listening to 5 Live in the World Service on the BBC. 6 minutes played at the Etihad Stadium. 0-0, City and Liverpool. Earlier, Middlesbrough 1, Manchester United 3, Spurs 2, Southampton 1. That's a good ball to De Bruyne on the far side. On to Sané. Sané coming in from the left. And he was fouled there, but good refereeing by Michael Oliver. Ball broke to Yaya Toure. He finds Sterling. Sterling onto Fernandinho. Fernandinho just got to the ball. Breaks to Silva inside the penalty. Back to Fernandinho. The low cross cleared by Liverpool, and Coutinho puts it behind for a corner.
What a fantastic start to the game. 6.5 minutes gone. Both teams attacking. Everybody, going forward. When City attack, the both full-backs go forward. Liverpool the same. Great start to the game, Alan.
Yep. De Bruyne is going to take this corner from the Manchester City right, and now Liverpool have got every player back defending. Coutinho's the only one outside the penalty area. De Bruyne signals. It won't be short. It's played in low, and then Oh, Fernandinho couldn't get his head on the ball. Yaya Toure does. Heads it back to De Bruyne. Volley cross into the penalty area and stabbed behind by Mata for another City corner.
Yeah, good play from Kevin De Bruyne on the right-hand side. The ball come back to him. He volleyed it first time and it just took a little deflection off Milner.
This time the corner's short. De Silva. Back to De Bruyne, who's offside. That was really careless.
Yeah, that was poor. They had a 2-on-1 situation there. You know, he played it quick. De Bruyne, he was alert. He was sharp to Silva. And then he didn't need to be offside.
So it's a free kick to Liverpool, a very bright opening 8 minutes here at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0. Tottenham's win against Southampton has taken them on to 59 points, but that's 10 points behind Chelsea. I think officially Chelsea need just 7 wins from their last 10 games.
Yeah, you see how much it meant to the manager Conte.
Oh, Conte, fantastic.
That win at Stoke,
his reaction.
Yeah, his energy. You know, to go to Stoke, and Stoke actually played quite well. It was a physical game, but you know, his reaction afterwards.
Yaya Toure a little careless in his pass forward. Shan and Clavan combined to knock it deep into the City half. Otamendi's there first, then heads it back to Caballero. Out to Otamendi once more, and he moves forward, flicks the pass to the left side to Clichy, and it goes to De Bruyne, back to Clichy. Good football, and Clichy over the halfway line. On it goes to the far side, and Sané's tackle, and the clearance runs to the halfway line, but only to De Bruyne for Manchester City, who finds Stones and now Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure flicking it forward. Sterling's offside. Well, is that the third time they've been caught offside?
Yeah, they're looking for that ball, whether it's Sané on the left or Ster on the right. They're making those diagonal runs. You know, Yaya Toure is dictating this game. He's getting the ball off the back four. You know, instrumental so far in the opening 9 or 10 minutes, but the linesman looks like he was spot on again.
Yes, 9 minutes played. Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0. Mignolet is going to take the free kick, not from there surely. No, well, he's getting away with it. Rather more central position than I'd forecast. Mignolet clatters it towards the right side. Clichy heads it away before it reaches Mane. Headed back by Shan. Mane controls the ball. Coutinho heads it on. Clichy flicks it clear, only to Liverpool's possession. Matip to Milner, and back to Clavan. What do you feel about James Milner being almost a permanent left back now?
Well, you look at the options. You've got Moreno. I'm not sure he has
Can't
done
defend.
that well. Can't defend. So you would say he's getting booed. I'm surprised he's getting booed.
Ex-City player.
Yeah, but he's done very well for City.
Yeah, they should have nothing but respect for him, the City fans. Now the ball's played to Klein, the right full-back for Liverpool, midway inside the City half, on the far side. And now Mane takes it up. And then that was loose possession by Liverpool, by Lallana. And then Shan trying to win the ball back, fouls the City player, and it's a free kick.
Yeah, it's got to be yellow card. I don't think Michael Oliver's going to book him. It's a great turn from De Bruyne. He's got away from Shan, and he pulls him back, but Michael Oliver's going to give him a talking to. He's not going to book him. Poor decision.
Yeah, it
should have been a yellow card.
Should be a yellow card. By the way, in the Women's FA Cup, the derby on Merseyside, Liverpool ladies 2, Everton 1 after extra time. In the Super League, Salford 12, Castleford 12, that's on Sports Extra, and they finished Wigan 16, Huddersfield 16, and finally the Anglo-Welsh Cup final in Rugby Union, Exeter 5, Leicester 16. 0-0 here at the Etihad Stadium between Manchester City and Liverpool. We played 11 entertaining minutes, but nobody scored yet. It can't finish 0-0. That'd be silly after all the build-up we gave. Ball's out of play again for another throw into City. Fernandinho to take it. Guardiola standing so close, maybe he fancies taking it himself, the City coach. No, Fernandinho again. That looked like a suspect throw in to me. Was that a foul throw?
I thought it was, Alan. Yeah. Ball wasn't fully behind his head.
No. Anyway, it was allowed to go on, and here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne forward now. Silva just outside the penalty area. Silva checks. Lots of red shirts suddenly crowd him out, but Silva goes into the penalty area, looking to flick it wide again. De Bruyne across into the near post, palmed away by Mignolet behind for a corner.
Great play from Silva. Clavan with a bad error. He went to clear the ball, missed it completely. The ball kept alive. De Bruyne on his left foot. He actually tried to whip it in. Nearly scored. Mignolet had to scramble across that near post and push it away for another City corner.
And the ball's wet and therefore difficult to hold. Mignolet did well. City corner, played in now, and it's a header down by Clavin when it should have been headed up and away, but Liverpool survived that momentary scare and clear the ball to the halfway line. Here's Sterling for Manchester City, and back it goes to Caballero, and out to Clichy. Clichy forward to Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure plays it to the left to De Bruyne, and now back to Clichy, and infield to Otamendi once more. De Bruyne is wide in the left, Fernandinho wide in the right. Clichy's pulling in alongside the two recognised central defenders for Manchester City. Ball still in City's possession here. It's with Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure turns, runs away from Firmino, but then it's a loose pass from Yaya Toure. Coutinho takes it up from Lallana's pass, and Coutinho slips it to the right side, and Klein on to Mane. Clichy beware. Mane plays it back to Klein. Klein chips it down that right touchline, headed back by Lallana to Mane. Mane looking for a free kick, didn't get it, but Liverpool still have possession. No, they don't. Shan almost won the ball back, but City can't counter-attack here. Within that City movement breaks down, and it's taken up by Wijnaldum onto Firmino. Firmino, who missed the Burnley match, injured. Now it's Coutinho with Milner to his left, and then it was played to Lallana. Coutinho was blocked there. Whether it constituted a foul challenge, I don't know. The referee certainly didn't think so. City have the ball again. Silva forward to Sterling. Great pass from Silva. Sterling crosses low. That was poor from Sterling.
It was brilliant from Silva though. Sterling on the right hand side, pass it to Silva in the middle of the park, and the first time pass.
Great, but Sterling's delivery from the right was poor. Now Fernandinho crosses into the penalty. Chance on the near post, not taken by Aguero. City still have possession. De Bruyne, tackled by Lallana. De Bruyne holds off that challenge.
He's claiming a penalty. Aguero was Matip. He made a great run, Alan, as you said, to that near post. Was it a foul from Matip?
And another offside decision against Manchester City. Sterling. No doubt we'll get a replay now.
City have started so well. Silva and Yaya Toure in the park, so much pace out wide. We're just going to see a replay now on our TV screens. He made a great run. He pointed to where he wanted the ball. Matip's got him. We're seeing it now.
Well, Matip certainly has his hands on Aguero, but I don't think that's...
No, not enough in it.
Enough. I don't think that was enough. Referee right not to award a penalty kick. Here's Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum gets past Yaya Toure and then slips behind Lallana. Flicks the pass to the right hand side to Klein. Coutinho's going to cross there. He's available, but so too is Shan, and it's back to the German, and he crosses deep to the left side. Firmino controls the ball. He's not offside. Moves inside onto his right foot, trying to flick the ball into Mane. Doesn't quite come off. He dives in there, Firmino, to try to keep the ball in Liverpool's possession, and well, he's going to be yellow carded for that. But frankly, I thought the challenge earlier by Shan was worthy of a yellow card, not that one.
Well, I've got to say, I thought Firmino won the ball there. He tried to recover his error. He trapped back. I thought he won the ball there. So Michael Oliver books Firmino. Wrongly, I think.
From the City free kick, Sané with Clichy to his left. And he taps it to the French fullback. Back to De Bruyne. Into Yaya Toure. To Bruyne once more. Liverpool have got everybody back behind the ball. Then it's a loose pass by De Bruyne. Liverpool counter-attack now. Firmino. Oh, not a good pass from the Brazilian. That was well ahead of Lallana, and it's played carefully back by City to Caballero.
Yeah, it was their own man with Lallana. They wanted Mane in that position, that right-hand side. We've seen his blistering pace against sides, Spurs and the teams this season at Anfield.
Yaya Toure with the ball for Manchester City. It's still 0-0 here, and the other sides in the vicinity of these two in the Premier League, both Manchester United and Spurs, will want it to stay at 0-0. Now Sterling falls over. He looks to the referee as if he should get a free kick, but he just fell. And now it's out of play, and it came off Aguero. It's going to be a throw-in to Liverpool.
Yeah, he fell over the ball, Sterling there.
I don't know who Klopp's screaming at. Is it Milner? He was screaming. It's a throw-in to Liverpool. Milner again getting booed. That's wrong. Not the sort of player who merits that. Firmino heads the ball down, and Firmino gets it back off Yaya Toure. It was really sloppy. Now Lallana is tackled. Good challenge by Fernandinho. And then it goes to De Bruyne. De Bruyne flicks it on. Shan favoured to get to the ball first. Finds Mane. And Mane throws himself down. Oh! Is that really a free kick?
Yeah, I thought it was. I think it was Yaya Toure who barged in the back of Mane. Yeah, I thought it was. I tell you what, the game's being played at such a fast pace. When the teams lose the ball, they got 3 or 4 men round it to try and win it back. They're trying to win it back high up the park.
2 animated coaches out there in the technical areas, particularly at the moment, Klopp. And he's not only talking to the assistant on the near side, he's now talking to the 4th official. I don't really know what's upset him. But anyway, this free kick is a long way out. They're not going to shoot from this. This is a good 35 yards. Coutinho plays it, right-footed, takes a deflection and falls to Firmino, left side of the penalty area. And that was a decent challenge by Sterling, a fair challenge. He hits it upfield. Klein's going to get there before Aguero, and he taps it back to Mignolet. Mignolet sweeps it out to the left side, and James Milner. And again, he's getting jeered. That's hopeless. Grew up City fans. You know, he only left Manchester City because he wasn't getting enough games. What's wrong with that? Now it's Klein, Liverpool's right back. Back to Cleven, the Estonian. Klein once more, and Klein now hits it long, looking for Mane. Otamendi did well, concentrated in getting his head to the ball, heading it safely to his left to Clichy. Now it's Yaya Toure. De Bruyne, over the halfway line, his pass is overhit, and harmlessly through to Mignolet.
Yeah, I think City have been the better side so far. They're looking for the runs of Sane and Sterling. Sterling against Milner's a good battle. Sterling's having the better of it at the minute.
Here's Chan for Liverpool. No Henderson today, of course. Henderson again struggling with injury. Coutinho jumps with Stones. Stones always favoured to win that, but it's hooked out of play by City, and it's going to be a throw into Liverpool round about the halfway line.
I think Liverpool have missed Henderson, Alan.
Yes, they do.
I really do. You know, the captain, he drives them on. Big loss for Liverpool.
And it's uncertain when he'll be back. Here's Milner with a throw in for Liverpool. Taken down of his chest by Lallana. Under Firmino. Firmino's onside. Mane's on the far post. The ball's played in the direction of Lallana. It wasn't a great ball by Firmino. Intercepted by City and cleared by City. And then Shan intercepts that clearance. Silva collects it though. Onto Aguero. Aguero to Sterling. Sterling over the halfway line. Sané running to his left. Play through to Sané. Not the greatest of passes, but he gets to the ball inside the penalty area. The angle's very acute. Now, can he get the cross in low? Blocked by Mignolet's legs. Silva shoots over the crossbar.
Brilliant from Sané once again. That run, Klein doesn't know whether he's coming or going. You know, such a blistering counter-attack. Sané puts the ball across. Mignolet sticks out his left leg and then puts it into Silva's path. 8 yards out, centre of goal. He drives it just past the post. Great play from City.
Great opening 20 minutes to the game, even if we haven't had a goal.
It's a great 0-0 so far.
Yeah, it is. It's a great. Could be a great 0-0 after 90 minutes. But you know, you think about how City played in the first half in Monaco, Robbie. How they played here against Monaco in the first half. They were horrible on both occasions. Why couldn't he play like this?
Yeah, I was disappointed they went out. You know, I watched the game, and you know the travelling fans of Man City were brilliant in Monaco. That game 5-3 here, that was one of the best games I've seen in the Champions League. You know, I'm really disappointed that they've gone out.
They concede 6 goals.
That's the thing. Conceding, you score 6 and you go out over 2 legs.
Throw into Liverpool on the far side, halfway inside the Manchester City half. It's thrown back by Klein and knocked by Matip to Cleven. Cleven inside the Liverpool half now. He's got Milner to his left and he plays it to the former City and former City in England a midfield player, and then there's a foul on Coutinho by Fernandinho. Free kick to Liverpool.
Yeah, done well there, Coutinho. On the near touchline, just drew Fernandinho in, nipped it down the corner. Fernandinho was too close, too tight, commit the foul.
Milner takes the free kick. Good header back by Firmino. Firmino to Wijnaldum, and now it's to Shan. Shan has Milner an obvious target. Quickly onto Firmino, and Firmino, well, I'm not sure he wasn't fouled there. He got the pass through to Coutinho, and then Shan gets in as well. Goodness, what's happened there?
It's going to be a red card.
A yellow card. It's a cop-out by Michael Oliver. Yellow card to Yaya Toure. That's a poor decision.
We're just seeing the replay now. So Yaya Toure,
oh no, that's a red card. That should be a red card.
To be fair, I think Chan's done him loads of favours there. He's won the ball initially. Oof! He's caught him near the shoulder. Studs up. Oh, that's a bad tackle from Chan. I think that has to be a red. Sorry, from Yaya Toure, had to be a red.
Milner takes the free kick. Coutinho crosses towards the far post, and then it's knocked down. Here's shot by Mane. Rebounds off a City player. Shan makes a hard but fair challenge. Liverpool won it back. City got away with that. Yaya Toure should have been sent off. They should be down to 10 men. Well, I mentioned I don't like to point the finger at a referee, but he's been involved in some, let's say, interesting incidents of late.
Well, I think what helped Yaya Toure, Alan, was Chan's reaction. He didn't make a meal of it. He got up, and look at the replay. You would say, did Yaya Toure just pull out a little bit? But I thought it was a red. I thought it was really a dangerous tackle. I thought that should have been a red, not a yellow.
23 minutes played in the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0. Here's Klein on the far side of the field. He doesn't control the ball properly, and it's a throw-in to Manchester City, just over the halfway line, taken by Clichy. Flick back to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne drills it towards the right side, but it's ahead of Raheem Sterling, and it rushes out of play for a Liverpool throw-in.
Well, was it 23 minutes gone? City, I think, have been slightly the better side. The conditions are helping them, looking for that ball from Silva to whether it's Sterling or Sane. Sane seems to have the beating of Klein, as does Sterling of Milner. That tackle there from Yaya Toure, obviously Michael Oliver seeing it because he gave a yellow, but I thought it should have been a red. Couple of chances either side, but what's a game so far?
Now the ball's played forward. Mane might have the speed to beat Otamendi. He has the speed. Mane into the penalty area, and Mane slipped it. It's caught by the goalkeeper Caballero. All the time Otamendi was trying to pull him back.
Wow. So Mane's gone into the box. Otamendi's behind him.
And Klopp is wondering what on earth's going on with the officials out there.
You've got to say it was brave goalkeeper from Caballero. Terrible mistake from Otamendi. Mane's onto it. He beat him for pace, and then he surges into the box. He's 1-on-1 with Caballero. Does Otamendi clip him from behind? That is the big question. My first instinct was, Alan, that Mane kicked Otamendi. Otamendi was wrong side. Big call from the referee, Michael Oliver.
Well, Mane's been down, but he's okay. He gets to his feet. Doesn't deserve the jeers from the City fans. It's an awkward one. It's an awkward
one. Tough being a referee on that occasion, Alan, because Mane was the wrong side of Otamendi. Otamendi was tracking him back, and then when Mane was going to shoot, he kicked Otamendi, but Otamendi was wrong side.
Thinking back to the Yaya Toure challenge on Chan. Though we saw the replay, and okay, so the referee doesn't look at the replay, but Yaya Toure knew he was in trouble, and immediately he looked away from Chan. He was looking for the referee.
I thought Emre Can done Yaya Toure a massive favour there from his reaction, and fair play to Emre Can. He's got up and he's got on with it, but
here's Chan now.
I thought it was a red.
Chan flicks the ball to his former colleague Raheem Sterling, and then he tackles Sterling. Sterling does well. Evades three Liverpool players. But then Aguero couldn't control it, and that's careless from Mate, knocking it straight to Yaya Toure. Fascinating game here. 25.5 minutes played on 5 Live and the World Service on the BBC. It's still Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0. Earlier, Middlesbrough 1, Manchester United 3, and Spurs beat Southampton 2-1. Clichy on the far side, the left, and knocked forward by Silva. Sané's crossed towards the far post, and just as it was threatening to reach Raheem Sterling, Milner got a boot to the ball and put it behind for a corner.
Brilliant once again from City down that left. Silva has been brilliant so far. The little cushion pass into Sané, all alone once again. He smashes it across the 6-yard box. Sterling was unmarked, but you rightly said, Alan, Milner was such an important touch just to guide it away for a corner for City,
which De Bruyne will take from the right. There it goes, low trajectory, header down by Stones, flicked away by a Liverpool defender. Then Sané plays it back to the halfway line to Clichy. Clichy on to Stones. Stones to Clichy again. Mane's going to harass the left back, and he just did enough to put Clichy up, and it run through to Mignolet. Notts County 1 in League 2. Didn't get the opponents there. But Notts County beating Barnet 1-0. Thank you. Here's Coutinho to Wijnaldum, onto Mane. Mane's onside, and Mane's into the penalty, and he pulls the ball backward. There wasn't a red shirt initially. Klein keeps it in play though on the far side of the field. The right fullback, well up on the attack for Liverpool. It's been a really good game. Ball into Wijnaldum, into the penalty. He's a chance to run through. Wijnaldum goes down. No penalty kick according to Michael Oliver. We didn't have a clear view of it. Liverpool still on the attack, and now they win a corner.
What a game this is. You know, Wijnaldum does brilliantly there. Yaya Toure tackles him from behind in the box. He's already been booked. Let's remember Yaya Toure. Once again, the referee, Michael Oliver, decides not to give a penalty.
Corner kick to Liverpool from the right. Played in by Coutinho. And then it's headed away firmly by Manchester City. And what's the referee saying? Oh, it's a Liverpool player who's gone down injured. It's Matip, who'd come up for the corner, obviously. Well,
Take a breath,
hasn't it? You know, considering it's still 0-0.
Played at such a tempo. I think the wide men for both sides have been brilliant. Sane, Sterling, you know, Mane, Lallana. So many talking points. And still 0-0.
Still 0-0. Wow. It shows you what we know about it. Can't possibly be 0-0. Well, we've only played 28 minutes on 5 Live in the World Service. There's plenty of time for goals, and I'm sure Mata will be all right. It was a sort of swinging arm by Otamendi when he was defending that corner that caught Matip to the side of his face. He's still kneeling down inside the 6-yard box in the Manchester City penalty area, but Matip will be okay. They are missing Lovren, though, Liverpool. I think even if the central defenders haven't quite gelled, the best partnership is Lovren and Matip. Matip, having received attention on the pitch, will have to leave the arena temporarily. And Firmino's talking to the referee, Michael Oliver. He'll be a referee. The thing is, the argument I would make constantly, Robbie, and I've never heard a referee disagree with this opinion, is let them use video technology. Let the fourth official look at a monitor instead of patrolling the touchline. If you need a fifth official, that's fine. Watch the monitor, advise the referee. You know, it can help in a lot of decisions. The game has resumed, and we played half an hour here at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester. Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0. Clichy, Desani down the left. He's tackled. Klein beats him, then it's won back by Manchester City. De Bruyne can't squeeze the ball through to a colleague. It's with Shan for Liverpool. He's strong, he holds off players. Now finds Lallana. Lallana hits it to the halfway line, headed on by Firmino. Good control by Coutinho. Coutinho tackled, lost the ball to Fernandinho. There's nothing wrong with the challenge. Now De Bruyne on the far side, on to Sané. Klein gets a little shove by the Manchester City player, goes down. It's a free kick.
Yeah, it was good tracking back on that occasion from Klein in the right back position. Sane seems to have the beating of him. You know, when Klein struggles is when Sane's got a run on him. Silva gets his head up, or Yaya Toure gets his head up and plays the ball in between the centre half and Klein, and he doesn't see Sane. His body's in the wrong position. On that occasion, he's seen the run, tracked it, you know, and got a free kick for his side.
The rain has stopped in Manchester and the sun is out for maybe 5 minutes. Here's Shan. Shan finds Matip. Matip plays it to the right side, and that was important for City that Clichy got the header in. That prevented Mane rushing down that right side.
You're talking about Michael Oliver. He sent Herrera off, didn't he, for two innocuous challenges. Yes. You know, there Yaya Toure, with in my opinion, was straight red. You know, only gets a yellow. So it's inconsistency, Alan, which really frustrates.
It's not
fans.
It's not bias from a referee. You just get the decisions wrong at times, and because there's so much intense television coverage, it's easy for us to see. Right, Salford have beaten Castleford 13-12. That's the first defeat of the season for Castleford. Wigan and Huddersfield drew 16-16, so Wigan go top of the Super League with that draw. This is the Premier League, and it's 0-0. Manchester City and Liverpool, a high-profile contest. Referee allows advantage to go with Liverpool. There was a foul tackle by Fernandinho. The player he fouled, Milner, plays it on to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum into Firmino, and somehow it squeezed through to Milner again, and Milner gets past Fernandinho. Milner, room for the cross, left-footed deep, looking for Mane, headed away by Clichy, and Silva takes it down of his chest, just outside the penalty area, and now it's hit forward to Aguero. Aguero, under pressure from Klavan, lost the ball to Coutinho, though Guardiola's convinced that was a foul challenge on Aguero. Matip to Klein on the halfway line, right in the centre circle for Liverpool. On to Mane. Mane back to Klein. Can't believe we haven't had a goal given the quality of the game. It's back to Matip now for Liverpool.
I think Liverpool should have had at least one penalty, Alan, if I'm being honest.
Here's Clavan. Almost tripped on the ball. Regained his footing, fortunately for him, or else Sterling was away. Played it to Milner. Milner rushes it forward in the direction of Firmino, but he was being shepherded by Otamendi, and it's through to Caballero.
But see, in the game, before Mane's chance when he went through, City were in control, but again it was a mistake from Otamendi. They just looked vulnerable, especially in the counter-attack. All the possession, great player from City, but then they switch off, which leads to a chance and should have been a penalty. Well,
they are capable, obviously, of making mistakes, City, and they should be a man down. Yaya Toure should have been sent off. Here is Yaya Toure. It was only a yellow card decided upon by Michael Oliver, the referee. Yaya Toure hits it to Sterling down the right side, and Sterling into Yaya Toure again. He's strong, Yaya Toure. He just gets past two Liverpool players. Finds Silva onto Sterling. Good movement from Manchester City. Sterling to the right edge of the penalty, and again his cross wasn't great. Blocked by Milner at the expense of a corner.
Brilliant play, great strength from Toure. Goes past Coutinho and Wijnaldum in the middle of the park. Great feet. Good ball out to Sterling. Once again, Sterling's final ball not quite good enough.
De Bruyne once more will take this corner. 12 minutes to go in the first half here at the Etihad Stadium. 0-0. De Bruyne from the right gives the signal, plays it very deep towards Yaya Toure, but it's headed away by Liverpool, and it was headed away by Milner, and now can Liverpool counter-attack. Mane trying to get to the ball, loses it, then Shan was caught there by Sterling, and then that's a foul by Sterling on Shan.
It's a great
game. It was Lallana who was caught by Sterling initially.
Yeah, players surrounding referee now. Michael Oliver not happy. With Sterling with a foul. Well, it's a great game.
It is a good game. Clavan again almost miscontrolled the ball, but recovered. Finds Mignolet, and now it's out to Matip. And Matip to Klein on the far side. Liverpool right to full back. And, goodness gracious, Mane was almost wrestled to the ground there. The referee didn't play the advantage. The game just flows. Liverpool still have the ball. Wijnaldum to Coutinho on his right foot, steps inside the defender, shoots over the crossbar.
Perfect for Coutinho against Fernandinho in the box. He's on the left-hand side. He stood Fernandinho up, gets it onto his right foot, 17 yards out to the left of the goal, tries for that far corner, just too much on it. Fernandinho, I think he's fantastic when he plays in the middle of the park. They've got Sagna on the bench as a proper right back, but he's playing a defensive midfielder at right back, and that's where Liverpool's chances have come from.
City started very brightly, but Liverpool have shown enough now in the last 10 or 15 minutes. On the attack again, Mane, right edge of the penalty area, crosses low, but there wasn't a player in the far post for Liverpool, and it's out of play for a throw into Manchester City. 10 minutes to half-time, 0-0.
It's incredible how it's 0-0. We've seen, we've not heard Aguero really, being mentioned. Possible pull back at the near post from Matip, in about the 20th minute, which Michael Oliver decided wasn't a penalty, and I had agreed with him. But other than that, all the attacking players have had an influence yet to finish one off.
Clavan hits it back to Mignolet, and out it goes to Matip. Lovren is on the Liverpool bench. That's a good ball by Matip to Klein. Now halfway inside the Manchester City half, comes forward, he's fouled, brought down. City protests, but Michael Oliver was sure of the challenge by De Bruyne, that it was an unfair one.
Yeah, De Bruyne had to get across because Sané was out of the game. They made a run forward. Now an opportunity for Liverpool to put a good ball into the box. Very similar position to where Monaco scored their goal from in midweek. Will City play a high line like they did? And if you play a high line like they did against Monaco, and surely the keeper's got to come for it. They'll drop. That'll allow Clavan and Chan and Matip to get a run on Caballero. The
defensive line for Manchester City is across the edge of their penalty area. So the free kick to be taken by James Milner, the former Manchester City player, from the Liverpool right. There it goes, whipped in towards the far post. Matip for the header wide. It's a goal kick. I think it may have been... Was he offside anyway? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Goal kick, free kick. So he can clear it.
He isolated himself on Fernandinho as well, that bad post Matip. I'm not sure what the referee's given. I think he's given a goal kick.
Yeah, I think he did give a goal kick.
He wasn't offside, but
I wasn't quite sure what the assistant was flagging for. 8 minutes to half time. Amazingly, it's still 0-0 here on 5 Live in the World Service. And that's hit straight out of play by Caballero. On the halfway line, throw into Liverpool. Liverpool growing into this game. Milner in red, throws to Coutinho, and Coutinho flicks it too far forward, well ahead of Lallana, and he's through to Caballero, who throws it out underarm to Stones, and now here's Otamendi. I brought a pair of gloves with me, but I'd be embarrassed to wear gloves on a mild afternoon like this, unlike Otamendi. Here's Shan, playing it back to Klavan, and Klavan out to Milner. Milner under a little bit of pressure from Sterling, had to head it first time. Lallana jumps in the centre circle, then there's a header down by De Bruyne, and the pass to Yaya Toure, on to Fernandinho. Fernandinho then seemed to show too much of the ball, slipped, but managed to get the ball to the right to Sterling, and Sterling squeezes between two Liverpool players. Sterling still going up to the edge of the penalty area, then he's tackled, ball breaks away to Silva, wide to Fernandinho, it's blocked by Shan, and it's out for a throw-in. This is only a couple of yards from the corner flag, deep inside the Liverpool half. Fernandinho throws it back to Yaya Toure, and now it's De Bruyne wide to the left hand side, and Clichy the fullback on to Sané, he's also wearing gloves, softy. Back to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne hits it high to the right. Sterling, good control off his right thigh, beats Coutinho, plays it to Silva. Silva now about 25 yards from goal. That's cross is behind Sané, but Sané controls it really well on the edge of the penalty area. Sané retreating a few yards. Back now to De Bruyne, on into the penalty area. Here's Silva. Silva pulls it back. Must be a goal. Oh, kick wide by Fernandinho.
Oh, it's got to be a penalty to Man City, surely. It's De Bruyne to Silva. Sterling makes the run. Milner takes Sterling out on the 2 yards out. Has to be a penalty for Man City. I've no idea what Michael Oliver's seen there. It's brilliant from City. De Bruyne puts it across, and Sterling's got a tap in. Milner's trying to get back, and he takes Sterling out. No question about it. Has to be a penalty.
Here's Liverpool on the attack now. Firmino inside the City penalty. One way, then neither. Good shot. Good save by Caballero. Very close to being 1-0 Liverpool.
What a game this is. It was Firmino on the left hand side, drives inside, he faces Stones up, goes to that corner. Stones has got to get tighter. What a save from Caballero.
So unfortunately we only have 6 minutes left in the first half. I'd be quite happy for this game to carry on.
How was that not a penalty, that to Man City?
I know, it looked very likely, just as likely as Firmino looked to scoring the first goal. Corner to Liverpool. Coutinho's going to play it in from the right hand side. Couple of false run-ups. Now he plays in towards the near post. Caballero's punch not great, but he gets enough on it to push it behind for another corner.
Yeah, Matip's just standing in front of Stones in the 6 yard box, just dinks it in there, Coutinho to the head of Matip, and Caballero comes out unconvincingly, punches it for another corner. Liverpool
once more from the right, once more Coutinho takes it, and Coutinho whips it up. That's a better punch by Caballero, but it's still inside the penalty. Shot driven in, another excellent save by Caballero.
Oh, Lallana there. Caballero comes convincingly that time, as you said, on a good punch out, but Lallana chests it down and volleys it first time. Caballero, good save at the near post, pushing it away for another corner.
It was going in. The great thing about this game is, Robbie,
it's 0-0.
Not only is it 0-0, we haven't a clue who's going to take the lead. We just don't know.
Could have been 2 or 3 penalties, 2 stone walls, 1 for Liverpool, 1 for City. Toure should have been sent off, but it's still 0-0.
Third time in quick succession. Coutinho's corner to the right, towards the near post. Headed away well by City. Met by Wijnaldum. Back it goes to Klein. Klein sweeps it toward the far side of the field. Lallana heads it down in the direction of Firmino. Cleared by Stones. Not a great clearance. Collected by Mane for Liverpool. To the right of the City penalty area. Mane tries to, well, initially I thought he was going to try to get the cross in. Change his mind, plays it back to Coutinho. Wide to Mane again. This time he will cross it into the penalty. Firmino backheels the ball in the direction of Matip, whose header was looping in the air, and it's behind for a corner. Came off the defender Fernandinho.
Matip stayed up there from the previous corner. A great flick from Firmino. Matip against Fernandinho. Fernandinho done well to put Matip off, but another corner Liverpool.
And this time it's from the left. Once more Coutinho to take it. Coutinho signals with both hands. presumably his colleagues know what's going to happen. It was played towards the near post, not defended well. Here's a chance for Matip, should have scored. Oh, it was blocked. It should have been 1-0 Liverpool.
What defending from John Stones that was. It should have been 1-0 Matip, but Stones, absolutely magnificent defending.
It's good play on the far side by City's defence, and now they work it forward. Sané takes a return pass. What's a barge in the back by Matip? The ball is still with Manchester City. The referee plays the advantage. It's now with Sterling on the right side. I can't help but feel the City players made too much of it. But they're on the attack. Sterling offside again.
Seriously, he's got to just look across the line, Sterling. I have no idea. He keeps going too early. He's got the beating of Milner every time he gets the ball. He's just got to time his run as Oliver goes back and books Matip. But seriously, the talking point of this first half is the referee, Michael Oliver. We don't want to talk about referees all the time, but in a game, the Chelsea Man United game where he sent off Herrera for 2 innocuous fouls, it should have been a definite red. 2 or 3 stonewall penalties, yet we're still 0-0.
Oh well.
And listen, he's obviously called them. He doesn't think they were penalties. He might have no help from his linesman. But he is the talking point of the first half, no question. And it should be about the great play, the entertainment.
Because there has been rich entertainment
for both sides.
0-0. Lallana heads the ball down. Klein flicks it forward. De Bruyne heads it away. Klein heads it away once more. Good header too by Shan on the far side of the field. Now Mane's got the ball to his feet. Shan makes another tackle and the ball is out of play for a throw into Manchester City. And we've got about a minute plus added time remaining in the first half.
Isn't it great though to see 2 Premier League sides going toe to toe?
It is, really good.
Having a go at each other, brilliant to watch.
And you can see why Liverpool will enjoy playing Manchester City, because the City will always have a go, and that will allow Liverpool to have a go back when so many of the so-called lesser opponents say, come on, beat us. Though I thought Burnley were really good last week at Anfield. They weren't defensive. Now here's Stones from Manchester City inside the final minute of the first half. It's still Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0. It's directed towards Aguero, who's been really quiet in this first half, but it's ahead of the player and it's through to Mignolet. Mignolet throws the ball down and then he'll finally clatter it upfield. There it goes, right-footed in the direction of Mane. Mane jumped well, got his head to the ball, didn't get quite the right direction, and it's headed down by Silva carefully to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne flicks it on. Aguero's after, out comes Mignolet out of the penalty to make the clearance, headed on by Mane. Firmino couldn't collect. We've got 2 minutes of added time at the end of the 45 here at the Etihad Stadium. 0-0. Who would have believed it? Otamendi plays it to the left side to Clichy. Back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne on the halfway line now. Left of the centre circle. Hits it to Sané on the far flank. On it goes to Silva. Silva back to Sané. Here's promise for City. Played in, but too close to the goalkeeper. Mignolet, he catches firmly and throws it out to Wijnaldum. Oh, that was poor from Wijnaldum. Would never likely to reach Coutinho. And then Wijnaldum, I thought, with not 1 but 2 unfair challenges, the free kick's awarded for the second one.
There was poor play from Liverpool. A minute before half-time, Klopp will not be happy there. Just keep the ball and get your players out. And then Wijnaldum tries to recover his mistake. Fouls Fernandinho. Free kick Man City in the corner.
Klopp and Guardiola are having an interesting exchange. It's not aggressive towards one another. They're just expressing opinions, chatting again. Go on, kiss and make up. Free kick to City. A yard in from the right touchline. Like a corner for De Bruyne to take. Inside the second minute of added time at the end of the first half. De Bruyne flicks it towards the far post. Well defended that by Liverpool. Firm header away. And it's still in play on the far side of the field with Sané. Sané taps it back. And here's Stones who'd come up for the corner. And now it's with De Bruyne on the right side. And De Bruyne probably wisely said, I'll get this back to Caballero and make sure we're safe. Caballero out of his penalty area now. Otamendi says, give it to me. Oh, Caballero ignores Otamendi. Plays it high, looking for Aguero. And Aguero jumps with Milner, comes out off Milner, and it will be a throw in the City. But we've had our 2 minutes of added time. And I think, but there's no need to take the throw in because you've had the 2 minutes and it is half time.
Fantastic first half. Yaya Toure, for me, should have been sent off. Straight red. Oliver decided to give him a yellow. Sterling had a stonewall penalty from the tackle from Milner. No idea was not given. And then it was Mane, one-on-one with the keeper, Otamendi. Did Firmino kick Otamendi, or was it the way around? And then it was at Wijnaldum with Yaya Toure, brought him down the box. So big decisions, but still 0-0.
And I think Michael Oliver's heading for the MLS in the summer. He'd be greatly missed. Half-time, City 0, Liverpool 0. And we're just underway through referee Michael Oliver's whistle. No changes for either side at half-time. So these are the two lineups. Manchester City, goalkeeper Caballero, defence Fernandinho, Stones, Otamendi and Clichy. Then Yaya Toure and De Bruyne. Then Sterling on the right, Silva in the middle, Sané on the left, and finally Aguero. Haven't seen a great deal of Aguero in the game. Liverpool's goalkeeper is Mignolet. The defence Klein, Matip, Klavan and Milner. Then Wijnaldum, Shan and Lallana, and finally Mane, Firmino and Coutinho. The ball is behind the Liverpool goal line, courtesy of a touch by Aguero, and it's a goal kick to Liverpool. Lots of empty seats. The food is good, obviously, at half-time here, and nobody seems to mind missing the first few minutes of the second half, but I wouldn't want to miss any of this game. Probably a really terrific opening half.
Yeah, I just hope it continues in the same vein. Toe-to-toe, both teams going for it. Chances, penalty decisions, tackles flying in. Great first half. Just hope we have more of the same.
Pep Guardiola's obviously had a good weather forecast. He's discarded his woolly hat and his overcoat. He's now in his suit, and he's watching Liverpool in possession at the moment. Firmino, back to Shan. Shan sweeps it to the left side, and James Milner. Tedious whistles by City fans towards someone who's a really good servant here at the club.
Ridiculous to boo James Milner. It was fantastic here.
Milner takes a free kick up towards Mane. It's headed away by Otamendi. Liverpool possession again. Matip onto Lallana. Lallana decline. Yardage from the right touchline into Firmino. Firmino's first touch was great. Second touch good as well. Finding Lallana. Cross pulled in. Here's Mane's shot deflected over the crossbar for a corner.
Once again, great defending from John Stones. He gets criticised a bit from a few people, but his defending today, important blocks. Great player from Lallana. Cuts it back to the penalty spot. Mane on his right foot. Stones threw himself in front of it. Great defending.
Lines are open for 606 with Kelly and Ian. 0500 909 693. Text on 85058. Coutinho with the corner for Liverpool, attacking the right end, and it's good header away by Otamendi. Lallana collects though, finds Milner. Milner sweeps it to the right towards Coutinho. I don't think Coutinho can keep that in play. He can't, and it's out for a throw into Manchester City.
Yeah, good header from Otamendi defensively from that corner. Coutinho just chipped it into that near post, but Otamendi won it, and Coutinho couldn't keep the ball in.
Clichy to take the throw in for Manchester City in their sky blue shirts, dark blue sleeves. Liverpool all in red. Shan meets that throw in, heads it back towards the City penalty area, where it's played by De Bruyne to Clichy, and he whacks it down the left flank. Couple of bounces and it's out to play for a Liverpool throw in. Left for Klein to take. 25 yards short of the halfway line. Shan is available. So too is Wijnaldum. Klein looking further upfield though. Lallana comes close, but it's thrown instead to Firmino. Firmino's touch back to Lallana, and then it comes out off De Bruyne. He was a little bit unlucky there. It's another Liverpool throw-in. Klopp is still wrapped up. His German instinct and my instinct says there's going to be more rain here. Throw-in goes to Lallana. That's a good volleyed pass by Lallana down the right, and Firmino collects it, beating Otamendi, holding off Otamendi. Didn't get the pass right. He was trying to find Coutinho on the far side, but the City clearance runs to Milner. Now it's with Coutinho down the Liverpool left. Lallana's ahead of him. It's played infield to Shan, and Shan dinks the ball towards Firmino. He's onside. Firmino in a penalty, a blocked down penalty kick. Definite penalty.
It was a great ball from Chan. It was Clichy. What was he doing? Chan chipped the ball into Firmino. Clichy switched off, and then he just throws himself into Firmino. definite penalty. It'll be a yellow card for Clichy.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
And now it's going to be James Milner who's been jeered throughout the game by Manchester City fans. So what is that? Another protest, I think, by Silva as well. Has he been yellow carded too?
What they're saying that Clichy won the ball, but it's a reckless challenge. You know, it's a penalty. It's a silly challenge from Clichy. He got a slight touch on the ball, but he's just in behind. You know, he's thrown himself into the back of Firmino. It's a penalty.
Right. James Milner has scored 6 goals this season. Penalties galore for Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp has his back to the pitch at the moment. He's not looking. Vital moment in the game. Milner against his old club. Caballero facing him. The whistles so evident all around the Etihad Stadium. Milner waits. Here he comes forward, right-footed, and shoots low into the corner. Milner delights. Runs in front of the Liverpool fans, who celebrate what could be a vital goal here in terms of their top 4 placing this season. It's Manchester City 0, Liverpool 1.
I tell you what, it's a great penalty as well. You know, because nowadays the goalkeepers will be able to see, you know, where Milner's put his previous penalties. He put 3 to the goalkeeper's right, he put 1 in the middle, 1 to the left. This time he chose the left-hand side and put it away with great pace and power. No chance for Caballero. 1-0 Liverpool.
Caballero had made a sort of jerk of the body movement towards his left, and Milner spotted it. And well, Klopp was just going on whether the roar would be absolutely huge from the City fan. Now, what's going on here? Silva's still complaining. Now, I think Silva was booked in the aftermath of the penalty decision.
But what I think they're complaining about, Alan, is because they're saying that Clichy's got a nick on the ball, but it's just a reckless challenge. He's thrown himself into Firmino. You know, I think Michael Oliver's got that one right. You know, we criticised him in the first half. I think that is a penalty.
But what is the point? You know, the penalty's been awarded, the penalty's been successful, and now City are still moaning to the referee about it. And I think Silva was booked, and I need confirmation of that. But I think for his protest after the penalty decision and the yellow card shown to Clichy, that Silva, the acting captain in the absence of company, was yellow carded himself. So City now have to commit themselves to thoroughly attacking play, and Liverpool are perfectly poised to exploit that. Ball is on the far side of the field with Fernandinho. Silva was booked. And he's moaning at the referee again. How stupid it would be to be sent off for 2 yellow cards, both for dissent. Anyway, here's Sterling. Sterling tackled by Klavan. Mane collects the loose ball and plays it to Coutinho. Coutinho firmly tackled by Fernandinho. Fair challenge. Now it's flicked by De Bruyne up towards Aguero. Beaten away by Liverpool. De Bruyne brings it down to Sané. They certainly carried a lot of threat in the first half, Manchester City, but now they trail 1-0. And it's fed through towards the on-running Silva. Cleared by Liverpool. Milner's there, helped out by Wijnaldum. A City player has gone down as if he's been fouled. Has another City player down, and now Liverpool can counter-attack here. And that's a foul, certainly on Coutinho, and it's a Liverpool free kick. City fans very unhappy at Michael Oliver.
Well, there's tackles flying in everywhere. That time it's Fernandinho on Coutinho. You know, but the Manchester City players might feel aggrieved, Alan, because they might have gone in at half-time and maybe somebody's mentioned to Sterling how that wasn't a penalty. And then a few minutes after half-time, you know, Michael awards a penalty for the Clichy challenge on Firmino. So they might be saying to the referee, ref, you didn't give us a penalty just before half-time. So I understand from the City point of view why they would be arguing.
Matip floats the ball forward, brought down by Otamendi and cleared to Aguero. Silva's pass back to Clichy, I think wasn't quite meant. Now De Bruyne picks it up. Shan is after him. De Bruyne checks inside of the German's challenge. Plays it to Yaya Toure. And Yaya Toure to the far side of the field. And Fernandinho. Manchester City 0, Liverpool 1 here on 5 Live and the World Service on the BBC. Taken up on the far side once more by Sterling.
Should be lively 6:06 after with Kelly and Ian.
0500 909 693. Good ball to Sané down the left side from Otamendi into Otamendi again. The ball breaks off a Liverpool player, Klein, and Klavan, safety first, hits it out for a throw-in. Throw-in to Manchester City, halfway inside the Liverpool half. Clichy the offender for the penalty offence. Takes it, throws to Yaya Toure, who's robbed. Far too casual in possession. Lallana on to Mane, and Mane, faced by Otamendi, plays the ball past Otamendi, but it touched the Argentine, which was fortunate for City, and it allowed Clichy to play the ball back to Caballero, his goalkeeper, who clears it away to the far side. It's a good pass out for the goalkeeper. Fernandinho over the halfway line, running forward. Wijnaldum gets in a challenge, and then the pass by Fernandinho. Oh goodness, that's an awful back pass by Liverpool, and it's behind for a goal, corner kick, not a goal kick.
Yeah, it was Milner with the ball back to Mignolet. Mignolet, just come out a little bit. Milner smashed it back, wrong foot of the goalkeeper. Good pressure from Aguero, unneeded.
10 minutes gone in the second half. Earlier, Middlesbrough 1, Manchester United 3, Tottenham 2, Southampton 1. And here at the Etihad Stadium on 5 Live in the World Service, Liverpool, the away side, lead Manchester City 1-0. A penalty by Milner. Corner to City. The header down was wide of goal, a yard wide of goal. Goal kick.
I think it was John Stones who got a good header on that ball there. So De Bruyne with the outswinger. Yeah, it was Stones. I think it come off his shoulder. What an opportunity there. 8 yards out, free header. Should have scored there, Stones.
Just to emphasise how important this game is to City, what they've got coming up. Arsenal away, Chelsea away, and then the Cup semi-final against Arsenal. That's some lineup. I mean, the season could in effect collapse, in these 4 games. But this game isn't won yet by Liverpool. Mignolet plays it outfield. Firmino jumps higher than Yaya Toure, and Wijnaldum takes it up. Oh, if he got that pass through to Coutinho, Coutinho was clean through. Now Lallana makes a challenge. Ball breaks to the near side. Klein doesn't keep it in play, and it's out for a Liverpool throw-in anyway.
Vital interception there, Alan, from Stones. Mane once again with that run from right to left in between the centre halves. The ball was better, he was in. Good defending from City.
Otamendi heads it away. Shan takes that down off his midriff and plays it to his left to Milner. Swept on to Coutinho on the far side of the field. And the Brazilian checks it away from Fernandinho, another Brazilian. Coutinho to Firmino, back towards Coutinho. Cleared by Manchester City, but only to the feet of Lallana. Liverpool leading 1-0. And arguably are on top now. But we'll see. Long way to go. Here's Silva being hustled, harassed by Shan. There was a foul on Silva, but the referee played the advantage because City had possession, and then it's conceded rather cheaply by De Bruyne.
Just the work rate, the both sides to win the ball back. Michael Oliver now, Alan's, he's awarded 12 penalties in the Premier League this year. That's more than any other referee.
And James Milner's penalty record for Liverpool this season, taken 7 penalties, scored 7 penalties. It's not bad, is it? And of course, ironically, it would be him to take a penalty here at Manchester City after he suffered over-the-top abuse. 1 or 2 fans, okay, but not a lot of whistles every time he goes into possession. Fernandinho for Manchester City on the far side. Liverpool is set up perfectly now. City can have the ball, and then if Liverpool get it, a rapid counter-attack. But we'll see. Sané back to Clichy. Clichy into Silva. And Silva has to be careful. 1 of 3 City players booked. Silva's in the penalty area, but he lost control of the ball, and it's through to Mignolet.
Yeah, they've got to try and get the ball to Sané. He caused Klein all kinds of problem in that first half. He's not had much of the ball off any of the ball in this second half. What are we, 13 minutes in? If you're De Bruyne or Yaya Toure, Silva, get the ball, look for Sané, and they get runners in the box. Sterling from that right-hand side, Aguero.
Oh, great control by Mane from Mignolet's clearance. Finds Wijnaldum. Onto Coutinho. Coutinho has Milner to his left, and he plays it to the former City player, scorer of the only goal in the game. On to Firmino. Firmino left of the penalty, the City penalty area. Back to Milner. Firmino again. Coutinho. On to Mane. And Liverpool's passing is assured. It's now back to Wijnaldum. And now to Shan.
I think Otamendi's struggling a little bit. And that challenge before, when you said it was a good interception, and it was, just seemed to maybe pull his groin, tweak his groin. Just looking at him, he's not moving comfortably.
Well, they're going to make a substitution, Manchester City, soon. They've got just about an hour to claw back a goal against Liverpool. Ball is kept in play by Clichy. But his pass forward, headed back by Shan to Matip. Bakary Sagna will be coming on. That's another Rio. If it is Otamendi and he's got a problem, well, who's in the centre of defence? At the moment, it's Otamendi and John Stones. But there'll have to be another change if Otamendi is struggling. He's in possession at the moment to Yaya Toure. It's a rather stunned Etihad Stadium, and that's a pass that is very poor from Yaya Toure. Nowhere near a sky blue shirt, straight through to Mignolet.
That was the pass in the first half, which was coming off because Sané would made that run. Sané went to make that run, but just checked, wanted it to his feet.
Here's Matip for Liverpool. Matip, good ball to Klein down the right side, and Klein rushes in field away from Sané. The pass to Shan wasn't great. Here's De Bruyne for Manchester City. Silva onto Sané. Sané slips, ball still in play in this near side. And Sané did well, held off 2 challenges, but he may have put Yaya Toure in trouble. He did put Yaya Toure in trouble, but Coutinho couldn't make the best of it. De Bruyne for Manchester City. De Bruyne now to Sterling, and Sterling approaching the Liverpool penalty area. Into it, Sterling still going and falls over. Definitely not a penalty kick. And it's cleared by Mata. Up to Coutinho. Coutinho now has the ball. Yaya Toure goes across. Coutinho checks inside. Mane's down the right. Firmino's down the left. And it's played towards Firmino. Brilliant ball. Firmino into the penalty area. Oh, good save by Caballero. And also it was 2-0.
Should have scored Firmino. Great play from Coutinho. And it was a great run. It was the reverse pass from Coutinho. Firmino's in the box. He's driving towards Caballero on the angle. Tried to go underneath Caballero. Just got a touch on it. Corner. Liverpool should have been 2-0.
Coutinho will take the corner from the far side in front of the Liverpool fans, away to our right, and Coutinho has signalled it's from the Liverpool left. He'll play it right-footed. Lallana's gone across off for the short option, but it's played into the penalty area, and up goes Shan, the header on, but Caballero catches the ball as it falls towards him. So Sagna prefers to come on. I thought Sagna would start the game today. Oh, that's terrible from Otamendi, giving it away to Wijnaldum. Now Shan to Matip. Wijnaldum again, back to Klavan, and on to Milner on the far side of the field. Wijnaldum once more, and Wijnaldum walks away from Yaya Toure as if he isn't there. Wijnaldum, fouled by Yaya Toure. The referee spotted that. Remember, there's a yellow card earlier. It's cleared, he played the advantage for Liverpool. I wonder what might happen when play stops. Oh, it's given away by City again. That's really loose play. And how's Klein? Klein for Liverpool. On to Mane into the penalty area. Oh, that was a very important challenge for Otamendi. Behind for a corner. I'm looking at Michael Oliver. Is he looking to Yaya Toure? No, he's not.
I think he won the ball, Yaya Toure. He's made a few big challenges on a yellow card, and I think on that occasion he just won the ball, which he fell to Firmino in the box. Just couldn't get the ball under control. But it's all Liverpool here.
17 minutes played in the second half. City 0, Liverpool 1. Coutinho's corner from the right, and here it comes now, played deep into the penalty area. Firm header away by Sané. Milner half thought about shooting, changed his mind. Instead he passes to the right to Coutinho. City official gets in the way. The ball's inside the penalty. Mane's there. Mane goes down. That had to be a dive by Mane. It was certainly ignored by the referee Michael Oliver. Still no substitution of Sagna. Sterling over the halfway line. Oh, blocking. How often has City given the ball away over the last 5 minutes?
Great opportunity on the counter-attack. It's just their final ball in Liverpool's final third. They can't quite get it right.
Skims off the head of Otamendi. That clearance upfield by Mignolet. We're still trying to work out who's coming off. It could be Fernandinho. Sagna to play it right back. Or maybe Fernandinho will
Yaya Toure,
yes,
because he looks tired. We've seen the way Wijnaldum went past him. He's on a yellow card. He's made a couple of challenges.
Here's De Bruyne to Sané, and Sané into Otamendi, back to De Bruyne. That's a good ball by De Bruyne to the far side of the penalty area. Collected by Silva onto his left foot, shoots, blocked by Milner, headed away by Matip. It's going to run all the way to Firmino, and Firmino turns away from Yaya Toure. I didn't think Guardiola thought much of that challenge by Yaya Toure. Maybe he is the one that's coming off. Here's Shan. Shan runs forward. Yaya Toure's anonymous now.
He looks shattered.
Played to Mane. And now Firmino.
I think if it wasn't him coming off, I think Guardiola probably changed his mind, because he just looks out on his feet.
19 minutes gone in the second half. Here's the number 19 for Liverpool. Playing it back to Klein, and Klein to Mignolet. Liverpool are completely in charge at the moment, but there's still plenty of time to go. over 25 minutes. It's with Milner down the Liverpool left, halfway inside the City half. He passed the ball in towards Coutinho, intercepted by John Stones. And Stones comes forward to the edge of the centre circle, finds De Bruyne. De Bruyne's pass, not good. Intercepted by Klein. Here's Manny. Manny brought down by John Stones. That's going to be a yellow card. It is Yaya Toure who's coming off.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 occasions, people have just drifted past him. He's worked hard, Yaya Toure, but the game's been played at such a high intensity, and the game's passing him by in the second half. So Sanya
must go to right back. And Fernandinho in alongside De Bruyne. Not at the moment. No, Sanya's now got the right back. Liverpool have taken the free kick. And it's played on to Firmino. Firmino with Manny close by. He tried to find Lallana instead. Intercepted by John Stones. And here's Silva for Manchester City. Silva plays it to the right. De Bruyne is now in a right-sided position rather than left. It's on to Aguero. Matip's across. Matip intercepts. Clears it towards Milner. And Milner clears it up towards the halfway line. Back into City's possession, albeit. De Bruyne to Fernandinho. And Silva. Be sure that City will create at least one meaningful chance in the time that remains. Manchester City 0, Liverpool 1. Stones to Otamendi. On to Silva. Silva just held off Mane, and then he plays it towards Sané. Is intercepted by Klein. Sané, he didn't foul Klein. The ball's back with City. Clichy down the left-hand side, and then it's run behind. It must have got a Liverpool touch last because it's a corner to City.
Yeah, down the left-hand side is Clichy against Mane. Not sure that did come off a Liverpool player, but the corner's been given to City.
Yep, and Liverpool certainly didn't protest. Silva's going to take it from the left-hand side. There it goes, deep. It's a header on by City. Has a chance on the far post. Not taken. Klavan knocks it away high to safety. It's bouncing towards the halfway line for Liverpool. It's bounced out of play, and it'll be a City throw-in.
Klavan just done enough there against Aguero. The corner was whipped to that near post. The flick on Aguero was unmarked. He was watching it on the volley, 6 yards out, but Klavan just got across, made the challenge.
When you think back to that chance for Firmino, if he'd scored, I think the game was over. But it's not over yet. It's still only 1-0 to Liverpool. Now De Bruyne down the right side. Good ball into Aguero, edge of the penalty. Half challenged by Klavan. Aguero might get the ball again. Gets it for a third time, but now it's cleared by Wijnaldum for Liverpool to Coutinho. On to Firmino. Firmino now over the halfway line to Coutinho. Coutinho on the far side of the field. Liverpool left. Firmino's available through the middle. It's played to Firmino. He controls it, but not with enough control. And he's robbed of possession by Otamendi, who finds Fernandinho in a more familiar role now, a better role for him, central midfield. Now it's on by Sterling and Silva. Silva with Sané to his left, Aguero to his right, take towards Aguero. Aguero heads the ball wide. Sané's there, angle far too acute. Sané taps it back, and it's a clearance by Shan. I think there was a foul on Shan there. The referee hasn't given it.
Oh, what's a chance for Aguero. It's brilliant from Silva. He's 20 yards out. He flicks it to that back post. Does Aguero go for goal? Does he try and head into Sané's path? He does neither. Great opportunity for City.
De Bruyne crosses from the right, cleared by Klavan, out of play on the far side of the field for a Manchester City throw.
Brilliant from Silva though, Alan.
Yep.
In all the ways he's seen the pass.
22 minutes left for play. Manchester City 0, Liverpool 1. Earlier, Manchester United won 3-1 at Middlesbrough, and Spurs beat Southampton by 2-1 at White Hart Lane. So their challenges towards the top of the table maintained. One of these two must drop points today. Could be both of them yet. De Bruyne crosses in the right towards Aguero. Great cross to De Bruyne, and a finish from Aguero. His 25th goal of the season. He scored now in 5 games here at the Etihad Stadium against Liverpool. Vital equaliser.
Brilliant ball from De Bruyne on that right-hand side. He's whipped it low, hard, with pace across the penalty area, and it's Aguero. He just got on the wrong side of Klavan. It just evaded Klavan's left foot, but Aguero's there, right foot, through the legs of Mignolet. 1-1. What a game we've got here.
Liverpool restart the match. Klein immediately looking for Mane. Otamendi gets across, heads the ball, taps the ball twice with his foot and puts it out of play with his second attempt for a throw into Liverpool.
The quality of the ball from De Bruyne was absolutely fantastic.
Excellent.
It was in behind Liverpool's back four, too far in front of the keeper for him to come out, and Aguero was running onto it, put it away once again. Aguero 1-1.
Klein with a throw in to Firmino, back to Klein, and I don't quite know what happened there.
Offside, Mane it was.
Okay, free kick taken by Manchester City, and the ball's back with Caballero, who saved from Firmino to prevent it going 2-0 to Liverpool. It's a really good game of football. There is a lot at stake. Here's Otamendi. Otamendi forward to Silva. Silva holding off Shahan but being forced to retreat. Plays it back to John Stones. Otamendi available. He was being tracked by Lallana, so it goes to Sagna on the far side, the substitute right back. On to De Bruyne, provider of that excellent cross. That wasn't a good ball forward. Intercepted by Klavan and cleared by Liverpool to Wijnaldum. And back to Shan. And Shan towards Klein. Mane was slow to react, and that might have put Klein in trouble, but Klein had a good tackle. The ball squirts through to Mane. Mane running forward. Mane's about to fall over, looking for a free kick, and he bought that free kick. He bought it from Michael Oliver.
It was Mane run against Silva, 1-1. Clichy come back, wrong side, and he gives a free kick there. It was good play from Liverpool's point of view from Mane, because he felt the challenge and went down easily.
Aguero very frustrated at the referee's decision. It is nevertheless a free kick, which Milner's going to take. 8 yards in from the right touchline, halfway inside the Manchester City half. We've got 19 minutes left to play. We're here in the World Service Alan 5 Live.
Very high again, City, Alan, the line.
Here's Milner from the right, signals, delivers towards the far post, headed away by Manchester City. Oh, and there's confusion amongst Liverpool players. Wijnaldum rescues that awkward situation, finds Coutinho, and Coutinho forward, past two players, a third player, ball squirts back off a defender. Lallana's there, Lallana in, it goes across, rebounds to Lallana, still in the danger area with Firmino. Firmino shoots into the side netting.
Oh, it's a brilliant game. This is end-to-end stuff. Both teams going for it. This time it's Liverpool. They're like two boxers. It's Firmino with the right foot into the side net, and he goes for that near post, but it was Coutinho, great play, who's getting subbed out.
Yes, he was substituted last weekend against Burnley. He's lasted longer this weekend. We've still got 17 minutes to go. Origi's on. So we know now that Firmino will play. Maybe Origi's going to the left side. Firmino through the middle. Mane down the right. Origi sprints away towards the far side of the field. As City take the goal kick, it's 1 goal each, and anybody can win it. It's a really good game of football. Good challenge by Wijnaldum. On to Origi. Firmino didn't control it, almost given back to Liverpool. Now it's inside the centre circle with Silva back to Fernandinho, and now Otamendi. It's almost breathless. That's wretchedly overhit by Otamendi. And that squirts behind very quickly for a goal kick to Liverpool.
It's like a boxing match, two heavyweights in the 10th, 11th, 12th round, going for the knockout blow. Brilliant stuff, great spectacle for the Premier League. Attacking football, played at such a high intensity. Mignolet
won't hurry about taking the goal kick. I still think Liverpool would take a point.
Yeah, I think before the game, if you'd have said to Jurgen Klopp, you come away having played like you have, 1-1, but that big chance for Firmino at 1-0, and
yes,
as you said, that could have been 2, should have been 2.
Here's Klein heading the ball in the direction of Mane. Mane heads it down, and handball by Mane, according to the referee. And look, unfortunately Guardiola wants the referee to give a yellow card. Anyway, I think in these instances we can leave the referee to make up his own mind. The free kick has been rightly awarded, and it's been taken by Manchester City, and Stones plays it down the right to De Bruyne, who's been very good down that flank, and just as I praise him, he flicks the ball forward, and it's out of play for a throw-in, I think.
Yeah, it's not been De Bruyne's best game, but the quality from that right hand side to pick that pass for Aguero was sensational.
Were you surprised by Origi coming on for Coutinho?
Yeah, just that little run Coutinho had just before that. Looking at the way Liverpool have played and the way they've caused Man City's back four problems with a movement of the 3 or 4 players if you include Lallana. That has been very, very good.
Here's Otamendi to Stones. And not the best of passes by Stones to Fernandinho, but it's still with Manchester City. It's down the left side now with Clichy, who fouled Firmino for Liverpool to get that penalty. Now Mane into Shan. Shan just squeezes the ball towards Lallana. Lallana holds off Sané and plays the ball to his right to Mane. A couple of yards over the halfway line. Sprint forward by Klein. The pass forward by Mane to Klein. Klein somehow let the ball cross the touchline, and it's a throw in to Manchester City, which is taken quickly by Clichy. Quarter of an hour left for play here in 5 Live and the World Service on the BBC. Lines open for 606 0500 909 693. Kelly Cates and Ian Wright will be taking your calls. 85058 the number to text. Will it end up 1-1, or will there be a winner for one of these two teams? Here's Lallana. Oh, good play by Aguero. Strong play by Aguero. Aguero to Sané. Sané back here's the ball. Aguero with a great chance. Falls over. No penalty kick. Shot given. Oh, it's the outside of the post. Did it? Yeah. Oh, still in play, but De Bruyne's shot hit the post.
Oh, it's brilliant from City. It's Aguero 1-2 with Sané. Sané back heels it. He's 6 yards out. He falls over Aguero. Then De Bruyne hits the post. Another attack from City.
I thought he was bound to score, Aguero.
He just slipped.
Here's Clichy to Sané, and Sané showed far too much of that to Ronaldo. Fed forward by Klein to Lallana. Now Mane. Origi's bursting through the middle. Mane looks. Mane keeps possession though, and now he runs away from Silva. Liverpool still on the attack. Ball played in deep. Origi's going to reach that one surely. Close to the corner flag, albeit. Tackled immediately. Ball breaks out of play off Clichy. Good work by the fullback. It's a throw into City.
First City, then Liverpool, but that chance for Aguero's wonderful play from City. He played the ball to Sané, the awareness for Sané to find Aguero once again, and he just dropped his shoulder. Just think he's going to shoot, and he slips at the vital moment, trying to get back on his feet, and then the ball comes to De Bruyne, who hits the outside of the post.
Terrific game.
Brilliant game.
Fernandinho. Plays it back to Stones. Stones to the right of the centre circle, crossing the halfway line now. To Sterling. Back to Stones. Liverpool still set up defensively, but we know that they've got a pace to counter-attack if they get the ball. Good challenge by Milner. The referee's given a free kick. An ironic applause from Guardiola.
Yeah, it was Silva. I thought Milner won the ball, to be fair to him there.
I just thought it was a good challenge.
I thought it was a good challenge.
Anyway, a free kick. Mane hasn't quite retreated the required distance, but the free kick is likely to be taken again. And Silva plays it to De Bruyne, and he shoots the cross in, headed down by Klavan. Edge of the penalty edge, still around that box, headed away by Matip this time. And now Origi, surely favourite to win that ball in the air. Finds Shan. Shan moves forward towards the halfway line. Headed back by Otamendi. Swept forward by City. It's Clichy feeding the ball to Silva. Silva now directs it towards Sané down the left side. Taken off his chest, but he forgets to use his feet properly. Slips over, and Klein clears it. Now it's Origi for Liverpool. In to Lallana. And Lallana confident to go past two City players. Passes to Shan. Shan won't be shrugged off the ball. And an attempted hack at it by Fernandinho. Shan keeps his footing. Gets it to Mane. Mane just outside the penalty area. On to Milner. Milner declines to cross first time. Plays it back to Mane instead. Mane was dilly-dallying, and the ball is taken off his feet and played back successfully. I don't think deliberately to the goalkeeper, or else Caballero couldn't have picked it up.
Yeah, a strong play from Cham, bursting through the middle of the park. Fernandinho kicked him. I'll be surprised if he doesn't come back, Michael, on book Fernandinho.
Well, he hasn't done yet, but then the game hasn't stopped. And he declined to book Yaya Toure for a second time, and he could have done earlier. Origi, now the ball's out of play. And now what is Michael Oliver doing?
No, nothing.
Short time memory span. I mean, it was a clear yellow card offence by Fernandinho. And Shan's complaining to him. I mean, he's right.
just because Chan stayed on his feet doesn't matter. It should have been. He should have. Next time the ball went out, he should have brought the game back and booked Fernandinho.
11 minutes to go here on 5 Live in the World Service. 1 goal each, Manchester City and Liverpool. Aguero scoreth the equaliser. Aguero moves forward, lots of red shirts around him. One of them takes the ball off him. Chan collects for Liverpool. And Chan is no, it's a fair challenge by Fernandinho according to the referee. He was only a yard or two away. Ball breaks to Silva. Silva right edge of the Liverpool penalty into Aguero. Aguero checks onto his right foot. Cleared by Milner. Liverpool dilly-dallying. That wasn't a foul challenge on Mane, but he might get the ball again. No, he doesn't. De Bruyne helps it upfield. Origi brings it down, edge of the penalty area, controls it well actually. Lallana away to Wijnaldum, and now towards Mane. The ball breaks to Lallana. He's got Firmino to his left. Lallana running through the middle. Plays it to Firmino now, edge of the penalty area. Firmino checks. Back it goes to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum chips it forward. Firmino's onside. Onto Lallana. How did he miss from 5 yards? He didn't make any meaningful contact on the ball.
Oh, what a miss, Lallana. He has to score. He's in the middle of the goal, 6 yards out. All he's got to do is side foot it either side of Caballero, and he doesn't make contact with it. Oh,
I don't know how he missed that.
Lallana.
Typical of the game. Right, Fernando will be coming on for Manchester City. Here's Silva.
Brilliant play from Liverpool, wasn't it? Lallana first to Firmino, and then he continued his run. Great little side foot cushion pass to Lallana. He has to score. He has to score. That's one of the worst misses of the season.
Yes, easily. 10 minutes plus added time remaining at the Etihad Stadium. 1-1, Manchester City and Liverpool. Ball broke to Sané, and then it breaks off Sané to Milner. Milner's given it away. And now it's on by Silva, edge of the penalty area. Aguero couldn't bring the ball under control. Cleared once more by Liverpool. To Clichy. And Clichy's going to lose it to Klein. Klein now to Origi. On to Firmino. Mane's furthest forward for Liverpool. He's the only one inside the Manchester City half. Could be joined soon. Then Wijnaldum caught in possession. Sterling to Silva. Silva running through the middle. Flicks it forward. Sterling's in there. Sterling flicks it past the goalkeeper, but without sufficient power to find the net, and is cleared behind for a corner by Milner.
This game's unbelievable. It's brilliant from Silva. I tell you what, it's brave from Sterling. Mignolet rushes out. Sterling flicks it over him. He must have got a touch on it, Mignolet, because he's given a corner.
Oh, well, Milner blasted the ball away anyway. But if you think of it, the effort was going wide. Anyway, here is the corner. Deep. Headed away by Firmino this time. Headed back by Silva. Liverpool win it. Mane now runs forward. He's got one throw to his left, Lallana, and he's got Firmino running through. Firmino's clean through. Into the penalty. Drives the shot into the side netting. Not even into the side netting, actually wide. Tour.
Oh, where do we start here? It's Mane. He's put the ball to Firmino. He's got Lallana on the back post. He goes for that near post. 16 yards out on an angle on the right-hand side. Wow, this game is unbelievable, Alan. Must be one of the best games you've commentated in recent years. As a draw so far.
Yeah, it is. You know, in a 1-1 draw. So, who we're losing from Manchester City? We're losing Sané. Fernandinho's coming on for Sané. Fernando's coming on for Sané. Now, where's he going? He's going into a defensive position. Yeah, certainly a central midfield defensive position. How many minutes? No, only 7.5 plus added time. I wish there was another 30 minutes to go. 1-1, Manchester City and Liverpool. 606 standing by, Ian Wright and Kelly Cates. 0500 909 693. Earlier, Manchester United won 3-1 on Teesside, and then Spurs beat Southampton 2-1. Aguero down the left. Klein chases after him, gives him a nudge. Stupid from Klein, concedes the free kick.
Yeah, Aguero knew exactly what he was doing. Silly from Klein. Good centre-forward play from Aguero. It's a little nudge, goes over, free kick.
I think that's a better position than where the offence happened, which was much nearer the goal line.
Silly from Klein, though.
Stupid.
Yeah, Aguero was going, no, he's in the corner.
Liverpool led through Milner's penalty. Equalised with Aguero. And now, who can catch a winner here? Silva's free kick, played into the near post, and it's headed behind for a corner. Header off the defender. In this case, the defender being Origi. So Liverpool, everybody back inside their penalty area. Away to our left. Once more Silva to take the corner. Deeper this time. Good header away by Shan. De Bruyne meets it. De Bruyne helps it back in, but he just lobs it into the arms of Mignolet. And Mignolet throws it out to the far side of the field. And Lallana, who's foul tackled by Otamendi. Lallana takes the free kick. Finds Wijnaldum. Onto Milner on the far side of the field. I mean, both sides are going for it.
Both going for it. You see there, Mignolet catches the cross. And all of a sudden, 3, 4, 5 Liverpool players sprinting forward. Mignolet throws out.
6 minutes of the regular 90 left. Mignolet plays it out to Shan. It was an awful pass by the goalkeeper. Shan controlled it brilliantly off his chest. Found Matip into Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum steps away from 2 Manchester City challenges. Plays it on to Klein over the halfway line. Klein feeds Origi down the right. Firmino and Mane are through the centre. Origi with a couple of step overs. Then he plays it carefully back to Lallana. Onto Mane, edge of the penalty area. Mane backheels it to Milner. Milner crosses deep in towards Origi. Did it take a deflection? No, it didn't. It's a goal kick.
You see he's attacking Liverpool. It's Milner from left back position. Mane with a little back heel. Tries to dink it. Stand it up to that back post. Goal kick, Man City.
Well, at the moment, Manchester United and Tottenham are benefiting in terms of top 4 ambitions, but you've got to say both of these sides have played well enough.
Brilliant, yeah. Both teams have been. I think it's been a
going to be a
great
fantastic battle for the top 4, with the exception of the top place.
I think John Stones has made some fantastic interceptions and blocks as well, Alan.
Sanya to Aguero, back to Sanya, and now in to John Stones. We're inside the final 5 minutes here, and 5 live in the World Service on the BBC, bringing you Manchester City 1, Liverpool 1. Otamendi slips. His pass ran to Clavin, no option but to volley it upfield, and that was a header from Firmino. Otamendi to Stones. Stones still 10 yards short of the halfway line, now moving towards the midway point. Plays it to Fernando inside the centre circle, and onto the left side, and Clichy. Both coaches are animated out at the front of the technical areas. Now it's with Stones again. Stones moves into Liverpool territory, and he runs forward. He's made 25 yards. Now he plays it to Silva. Silva now onto De Bruyne. Remember his great cross for Aguero's goal. And it's Silva, another chance wide. Could have been the second goal for Aguero.
Brilliant play from City. Silva and De Bruyne that right hand side. Aguero just checked his run. He's on the 6-yard line, just to the right of the goal. He's got his hands on his head. He's trying to flick it in that near post. Great opportunity for City.
Good challenge by Matip to put him off.
Yeah, it was. Matip was there in close contention, but I think Aguero has got to hit the target. There's somebody of his quality there.
Amazingly, there are people actually leaving the Etihad Stadium. I don't get it. I don't get it. I know the traffic can be bad, but really, after a game like this, Sterling finds Fernandinho in towards Sterling again. Sterling leaning on Matip. Tackled though by Shan, and Shan doesn't hold off, and Shan comes forward. He falls over. He wasn't fouled. Fernando to De Bruyne for Manchester City on the far side of the field. He's got Sanya available, and it's played to the substitute fullback. Back to De Bruyne, and now Fernando once more. And everybody, bar Caballero, is inside the Liverpool half. Stones is inside the centre circle. Lucas is coming on for Liverpool. Maybe Jurgen Klopp thinks now is the time to settle for the point. But City give the ball away. Firmino to Origi. Origi over the halfway line. I thought he was too clever initially, but he did hold off a couple of challenges. Plays it back to Klein, and Klein chips it towards Origi again. Headed away well by Clichy. Fascinating to see who Lucas comes on for. He normally comes on to shore up the defence. 3 central defenders, 2 wide players. Oh, there's a foul tackle, and Mane's going to be booked.
Yeah. No idea what Caballero's running out 30 yards for to confront the referee, Michael Oliver. It's a definite yellow card. Michael Oliver was on the spot. It's a foul from Mane on Silva. Correct decision.
Yes, but Jurgen Klopp initially was going to make the change. Now he is. So Lucas is on for Firmino. So Firmino and Coutinho have both been taken off. That will allow Lallana a little more scope in attacking position.
Play well for
Mane's going through the middle.
Yeah, play well for Firmino. Got the penalty of Liverpool. Set up Lallana. Should have been 2-1. One of the misses of the season from Lallana. Wait until you watch that match of the day tonight. I think me and you would have scored that out.
No, I'd never have scored.
I think you might have.
You think so? That's awfully nice of you to say that, Robbie. You've got more faith in my striking ability than I have. About a minute of the regular 90 to go. And then substantial stoppage time. 3-4 minutes. Here's Otamendi from Manchester City. De Clichy into Aguero. And Aguero hungry for a second goal. But that wasn't a great pass from him. Klavan puts Milner under a bit of bother inside his penalty area, but Milner turns away from danger and clears it towards the halfway line, dropping into City's possession once more. Sanya is there, watching for the fourth official to come out very shortly. Here's Fernando to Otamendi. I think such is the quality of the game, even though both sides arguably deserve a draw, I have a gut feeling there's going to be a winning goal here. Here's Fernando. Good ball to the right side, and Silva, the captain. Silva goes forward. He was tackled fairly the second time. The referee saw nothing wrong with the challenge. De Bruyne collects. Back to Sanya. There's a mistake. Mane's away. Can he get past Stones? Stones just had a yard start. Swept the clearance away to safety. 4 minutes of added time. Liverpool have the ball again. It's with Lucas. Lucas looking for Mane, but without the quality of pass to find him. And it's through to Caballero.
Great recovery run from John Stones there. Mane tried to knock it past him. He had 5 yards on him, Stones, and he just got there with a last-ditch challenge. Great tackle, Stones, once again.
Good ball to De Bruyne down the right side. 3 City players wait for the cross. Tackle on De Bruyne. It's still in play. There's the cross deep. Chance for Aguero. Follows it over.
It should have been 2-1 City. Great play from De Bruyne. He glides past Milner, then he stands up to Aguero. He watches the ball all the way, 6 yards out, hands on his head, volleys it over. Should have been 2-1 City.
Look at all these City fans leaving. I can't get that into my
What
head.
a chance from Aguero.
Oh, it's a great
there.
chance for Aguero.
Anybody on the park, you want it to fall to him.
Look at Guardiola. We're just getting a replay of his action. He fell onto his knees. He knows there's a dry cleaners near him. Muddy knees in that suit. Mignolet with a goal kick. We've still got 3 minutes of added time remaining. Headed on by Mane and headed back by Clichy to Caballero, who pulls it out underarm to John Stones. He's probably been City's best player. Stones runs away from Origi and then flicks it back. Fernando is there. Fernando in the centre circle. Liverpool with every player back in a defensive position at the moment, but they do have the pace. If City make a mistake, concede possession cheaply, there's still a threat from Liverpool. But here's Aguero down this near touchline. City left, and then it goes on off Klein. It's going to be a throw in to Manchester City, and to be left for Clichy to take. Fernandinho looks a little bit tired. Throw goes back to Otamendi, to Clichy again. Clichy plays it back to Stones, and Stones hurriedly forces the ball to his right to Sanya. 2 minutes of added time remaining at the Etihad Stadium. Rapidly emptying Etihad Stadium mysteriously after an excellent game of football. Manchester City 1, Liverpool 1. Otamendi for City, moving over the halfway line, finds Aguero. Aguero's control, but Klein got in a challenge. So to Lucas. Lucas clears it. Origi, a little belatedly, chases after the ball, shoves Otamendi in the back. Otamendi kept his footing and placed the ball back to Caballero. Out to Stones again. There's still time for a winning goal. 6:06 to come. 0500 909 693. Sanya on the far side, just short of the halfway line. Into Fernando in the centre circle. Onto Otamendi. And to the left side, and Clichy. Clichy sees Aguero's run down the left side. Matip has come across to shepherd that, but Aguero's got the ball back. Aguero now on to his right side, and he sweeps the ball to the far side of the field to Sanya. On to De Bruyne. De Bruyne almost put in trouble by the weakness of that pass, but De Bruyne keeps the ball for Manchester City, and he finds Sanya. Needs a decent delivery. There it is in. Header away by Matip. Ball brought down by Mane and cleared by Shan. Up towards Origi. I'm not sure Origi's that quick, and he's also pulling on a City player. Referee plays the advantage. City have the ball. Half a minute to go. De Bruyne just flicks it forward. Headed away by Klavan. Taken on the chest by Aguero. Aguero's volley over the crossbar.
Well, I think that'll be the last chance. to end a game. It's not finished yet with 30 seconds. What a game we've seen. It could have been 5-all. Both teams should have had penalties. There should have been a red card. There's been tackles flying in. It's misses of the season. It's been brilliant now.
Yeah, really good game of football. High quality. Mistakes as well, particularly from the referee, but there you go. Debate those on 606 if you wish. We've had our 4 minutes of added time, and when the goal kick is taken, I expect Michael Oliver to blow his whistle. He's glanced at both his watches, and there is the final whistle. And I suppose the least both sides deserved was a draw.
Yeah, both teams, such attacking flair, pace, power. The game was played at such a high intensity. What a game. Lallana should have won it for Liverpool. He didn't. And then Aguero should have won it for City. He didn't. 1-1. Fair result.
Yeah, and now City's next 2 games in the Premier League away from home. I'll be there. First they're at Arsenal, then they're at Chelsea.
Hey?
Mighty fixtures. Finished here, Manchester City 1, Liverpool 1.